What do you call people who doesn't know anything about facts, logic, or you have the talent of critical thinking right before your eyes? What do you call these people? What do you call people who lack wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of basic things that go on around the country and spin everything, and it's just totally doesn't make any sense? Anyway, this guy in a yellow tie just arrested Nicolas Maduro, which is a illegitimate president of Venezuela, and arrested him on drug trafficking charges, narco terrorists, and corruption. And he said it was a law enforcement arrest. But anyway, he's getting ready to bring up on charges, the same charges that Juan Orlando Hernandez was convicted of: narco terrorism and trafficking drugs in the United States. And Juan, you know how much drugs he distributed in the United States? 400 tons, which is equivalent to 800,000 pounds of drugs. So I guess Juan must have a lot of juice in Honduras. You know they don't have any rare minerals or anything like that, but they do got a lot of coffee, bananas, and palm oil. So I'm sure his cabinet already made a deal with them to distribute that stuff, export that stuff to the United States, where your coffee is probably going to go down substantially because he's been released from prison. It's always about deals. And think about this. He arrests the illegitimate president and leaves his whole cabinet in place and leaves his everything in place. So it must have been some kind of side deal made because Nicolas Maduro didn't play ball the way they wanted to. So with his cabinet that's left, they must have made a deal, and he must have said, you guys are going to be super, super rich. I'm going to bring all my oil techs in here, executives, and we're going to divvy all this up, and I need you. And remember, you say you're going to run the country? The United States doesn't have the capability of running Venezuela. Venezuela is roughly the size of California. You know how much manpower it would take to run Venezuela? How many boots that would need to be on the ground? And then you got to understand this. It's going to be people who do not agree with what he's doing. So you're going to have insurgents everywhere. And Americans will die if even attempt to try to run. So what he's going to do is he's going to leave a puppet government in, and they're going to do his bidding. That's what he's going to do. And then if you really was concerned about the Venezuelan people, why didn't you install the right legitimate president in office, that his office was stolen, like you said yours was? Why didn't you put him back in place? Why didn't you put Edmund Gonzalez in office to run a country? That's something you need to really kind of think about. Why? So let me just step back and look at these guys. What did I say? People without logic, people that can't think critically, who lacks the ability to have wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And when you don't have wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, that makes you, I don't even want to say the word, makes you pretty what's the word? I don't want to say it, but I think the word is stupid. And anybody else that, no, I'm not even gonna say it. You make the call. Y'all do the name calling, but I'm just saying when you lack those abilities, it makes you pretty something. That's all I got to say in them out.